Hey, music lovers. It's Dustin, the audio opinator, and I'm back after being lazy and having a break. I'm sorry, I want to do this more, and I don't. But anyway, let's move on. I'm excited today because you may have seen a post by me last week where I picked up a set of full-size tower speakers, which is in my house is pretty rare because of constraints that have been given to me. Many of us go through the same kind of thing where we're working with another person in our house to not upset them and to do what we want. Because if it was up to me, it'd be speakers from floor to the ceiling. So we compromise and we keep moving forward. And honestly, I kind of like the challenge a little bit. It makes me learn more about speakers and what's going to work best in my area. So last Saturday, was it? No, sorry. A week ago Saturday, I was at a friend named Chris, who's a member of the Portland Audio Friends Discord that I run, and he has some speakers that we've all been excited to hear for a while. So Chris has a home theater in his house that is actually quite amazing. I'm not a movie guy. I'm not a TV guy either. I don't watch TV. I have all these friends. They're like, "Hey, are you watching that latest hit show that just came out?" And I'm like, "No, I don't. I don't watch TV anymore." Back to the music. Anyway, so Chris has an amazing home theater room in his house, and man, if I had that, I might watch more movies because that was quite a great room. He has a few pairs of speakers, and I was lucky to get to hear some per listens and some monitor audio. I want to say, which the monitor audio very nice, and then also he. Just as a fun thing for him, he brought out these Morels. He said that these Morels were $2,000 speaker when he bought them, and these speakers going against those other two sets of speakers was quite a big difference in price. Both those other speakers were between $10,000 and $20,000 speaker sets. To have something like these $2,000 speakers in the same stable as those is saying something to begin with. So I was, when he said he had them and he liked them, I was pretty excited to get to hear them. And so he brought them out and played them, and man, these guys punched up pretty high. I mean, clearly they weren't. Honestly, though, yeah. Well, one of them I might have liked this one better than. But anyway, they did quite well, and I did enjoy hearing them, and he offered to let me borrow them so I could maybe make a video about them, so I was excited to try them and bring them home. So let's just go through kind of what the product is. I printed out some stuff here I'm going to be reading a little bit. Hopefully it's not too dry for you, but these are the Morel Avyra, I want to say, Avyra. I don't know why I spelled that. You're going to be able to read it on the video. Anyway, the Avyra 633 floor standards. These are made in an active and a passive configuration. Same speaker sets, I believe. It's a 2.5-way, 3-driver floor standard. It's reported. Sensitivity's at 90 dB. 4-ohm speakers, and crossed over at 250 and 2.2K. These handle 200 watts normal with up to 1,000 peaks, so they can handle some power. It uses a 28 millimeter soft stone tweeter, which is that's probably an inch and a quarter almost. And it's a nice tweeter, I must say. It's not, I'm an ESS guy. I've got 2 sets of ESS speakers. I like that air motion technology sound. I like that just crisp tweeters. So I don't even really like a lot of soft dome tweeters. They get lost to me. I know that's different from a lot of people. A lot of people like a more polite tweeter. but not me. I want that sizzle. So these are quite nice tweeters on them, and then it uses two 6-inch damped polymer composite one-piece cones, and then they have a 3-inch external voice coil that uses EVC technology, which I'm not 100% on EVC technology. I apologize, but it uses an aluminum mesh called Hexatech in the voice coil to help dissipate heat. So that's supposed to increase the heat dissipation by about 20%. So that's pretty cool. These the towers themselves they're kind of plastic. I'll put in some better pictures. They're plastic composite materials. Sound real good, but the looks, I really like the looks. I think it's kind of a modern design look, right? If you think about the old home theater towers that they had, those big monkey coffins that we called them, the big, tall, skinny, black plastic home theater speakers that were huge through the early 2000s and into the 2010s. You can kind of see that in there a little bit, but they've rounded the corners to make that a little bit nicer. We know now that a flat corner can cause resonation and stuff like that, so that's why I put some curves in my personal speakers I built. It was just try and get a clean sound, and then they have like a wooden fascia on them on the sides that gives it kind of a little bit of a, I'm done, that hand motion's kind of wrong, but gives them a little bit of extra design aspect on the outside to kind of break it up from being just a not square but now rounded sided box, right? It gives it a little bit more interest. I think it really looks nice and modern and a little bit Focal. I would say Focal kind of, or Sonus Faber kind of esque design. My friend Chris said he picked these up at a audio show where Morel was showing them off, and that when he was there, he said that they also had a more expensive version of this that was like $15K, but they said they didn't want to play it. They said that this is the one. If you hear this, you don't want to hear the other one. I think, or something like that. So even when he walked into it, it's kind of like them saying, yeah, this one's special. And at $2,000, I agree. It comes on a nice stand. I'll put some pictures in here, hopefully. And it has feet built in. The active version of this that they sell is at about $5,400. Listening to them, the first off, the bass on these is, it's only got 6.5, I said, two mid-range almost size speakers, but man, I did some tracks where I started, very low frequency, 10, 20, 25, 30, 36, just listening to frequencies as they go up. And it was coming in pretty good at 30 hertz. And then I would say it was at full strength at 40. So it will go down to 40 hertz. I use my subs because I'm like, well, I paid for them. I'm going to use them. But honestly, my subs don't reach much further than that. They kind of kick in weird at about 25, to be honest. And I think it's just this room is a problem. If anybody has any tips on that 20 to 28 hertz range, shoot it over to me. I like that bass. So yeah, you say, okay, this is a $2,000 speaker. Let's say it's good $2,000 speaker. So it's more like a $3,000 speaker, kind of, if you're going to compare it against other speakers. So you look at that and then you think, okay, what if that other speaker needs subs or a sub, right? So then you're looking at more money there. So another thing to think about when you look at this, I kind of checked the resale to see if there's any of these floating around used, and it doesn't seem like this is a very, very high highly sold in America speaker, so you may have to, you know, just get it straight from Morel. I don't know. I'll fix this and put a link in the details where you can buy them. So I probably should have known that first, but I'm not a salesman. I'm just talking about speakers. So, what else? Oh, in other news, I had my oldest kid come through my office the other day and was like, "Hey, really like what you've done with the stereo." And I was like, "What?" I hadn't gotten a compliment on how the stereo looked in quite some time. So, you know, I moved my stuff back. I got also a whole bunch of stuff moved out. Right now, I've got another speaker sneaking back in right now, but I had it all cleaned up nice and a bunch of extra stuff put away. I just went simple as possible with amp and CD player and streamer, and just got the mess out of here for a minute so I could, you know, after the holidays, kind of gather myself. But hey, I'm going to be enjoying these for a little while longer, and thank you, Chris, for the loan. It's very nice of you. I hope I can send you something your direction at some point. And thanks for watching, everybody.